You wake up, you drink your coffee, and you push through. But by 2 p.m. the wall hits. It's not just tiredness, it's a thick, suffocating cloud over your thoughts. You forget a simple word that's on the tip of your tongue. You stare at your screen for 20 minutes, unable to focus on a single sentence. You feel an unexplained surge of anxiety, a tightening in your chest that has no logical source. You think it's stress. You think it's age. You think your brain is simply failing you under the weight of modern expectations. But what if the call is coming from inside the house? Specifically, from your gut. The terrifying truth that mainstream medicine often ignores is that your digestive system is currently engaged in a silent, microscopic war, and your brain is the primary casualty. Most people view the gut as a simple processing plant for food, a tube that takes in calories and expels waste. But cutting-edge science reveals it is actually your second brain, an autonomous nervous system with more neurons than your spinal cord. Right now, while you watch this, trillions of bacteria are sending high-speed signals up your nervous system, literally dictating how you feel, how you think, and how you react to the world around you. If that ecosystem is compromised, your gut is effectively hijacking your mind. Did you know that 95% of your body's serotonin, the molecule responsible for happiness, emotional stability, and confidence, is produced in your gut, not your brain? If your microbiome is in chaos, your supply of joy and calm is cut off at the source. You aren't losing your mind, you're losing your gut health. In the next few minutes, we are going to expose the dark reality of how this sabotage happens, and more importantly, how you can take your brain back starting today. Welcome to Vital Reset Health. Today, we are diving deep into the gut-brain axis, the most critical biological highway in the human body. This isn't just about occasional bloating or indigestion. This is about your identity, your career, and your cognitive survival. Extensive research from the National Institutes of Health and major academic journals like Frontiers in Neuroscience confirms a shocking ratio. The gut sends 90% more signals to the brain than it receives. This means your gut is the driver, and your brain is just a passenger along for the ride. This communication happens through 3 main channels: the vagus nerve, the information superhighway, the hormonal system, and the immune system. When your gut is healthy and diverse, these signals are clear, rhythmic, and supportive. But when you suffer from dysbiosis, a state where harmful, opportunistic bacteria and fungi outnumber the beneficial ones, the gut becomes a source of toxic biological noise. Dysbiosis leads to a cascade of failure. It triggers systemic inflammation, releases metabolic toxins into your bloodstream, and creates a deficiency in key neurotransmitters. The result is a life defined by persistent brain fog, crippling social anxiety, and a type of chronic fatigue that no amount of caffeine or sleep can fix. In this video, we will break down the 7 specific warning signs that your gut is actively sabotaging your mental health. Then, we will explore the terrifying science of leaky brain. Finally, I will provide a comprehensive gut reset protocol to clear the fog, featuring the exact nutritional shifts and targeted supports, like Prime Biome, needed to restore order to your internal empire. If you want your focus, your drive, and your clarity back, you cannot afford to look away. 7 signs your gut is sabotaging. How do you know if your gut is the true culprit behind your mental struggles? Your body is constantly providing clues, but most of us have been trained to ignore them. Here are the 7 definitive signs of gut-driven brain sabotage. 1. Constant, persistent brain fog. This isn't just forgetting your keys once in a while. This is a feeling of being disconnected from reality, as if there is a literal pane of glass between you and the world. Research indicates that when the gut is inflamed, it releases inflammatory cytokines. These small proteins travel through the blood and slow down the speed at which your neurons fire. If you feel like you're thinking through molasses, your gut is likely leaking metabolic waste into your system, forcing your brain to work twice as hard for half the result. 2. Unexplained anxiety and sudden irritability. Do you feel on edge or snappy for no apparent reason? Since the gut produces the vast majority of your serotonin and GABA, the brakes for your nervous system. A disrupted microbiome means your brain is starved of calming chemicals. When bad bacteria take over, they produce toxins that trigger a fight-or-flight response in your amygdala. You aren't an inherently anxious person. You are likely living with an anxious gut that is screaming at your brain to stay on high alert. 3. The post-meal energy crash. Biologically, you should feel energized and nourished after eating, not ready for a 3-hour nap. If you experience a food coma every single day, it's a sign that your gut is struggling to process nutrients and is instead triggering a massive immune response. Your body diverts all its blood flow and energy to deal with the intruders in your digestive tract, leaving your brain running on fumes. 4. Recurrent bloating, gas, and distension. These are the most visible red flags of dysbiosis. When harmful bacteria ferment food improperly, especially sugars and processed carbs, they produce gases like methane and hydrogen that distend your abdomen. This isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a sign that your second brain is under siege by microscopic invaders that are stealing your nutrients and replacing them with toxic byproducts that cloud your judgment. 5. Puffy eyes, dark circles, and dull skin. The gut-skin axis is a powerful diagnostic tool. Your skin is often a mirror of your internal health. When your gut is inflamed and your liver is overworked by toxins leaking from the intestines, it shows on your face. Dark circles, chronic puffiness under the eyes, and adult acne are the external manifestations of internal decay. If your skin looks tired and inflamed, your brain tissues are likely suffering the exact same fate. 6. Fragmented sleep and wired but tired nights. Even if you manage to sleep 8 hours, you wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all. Why? Because the gut regulates your circadian rhythm. Good bacteria produce the precursors for melatonin. If your gut is in turmoil, your body can't enter the deep, restorative REM cycles required to wash the brain of metabolic debris. You are sleeping, but your brain isn't cleaning itself. 7. Intense, uncontrollable sugar cravings. This is the most insidious form of sabotage. Harmful bacteria and yeast, such as Candida, thrive on refined sugar. These organisms have evolved the ability to manipulate your behavior. They send chemical signals through the vagus nerve to your brain's reward centers, demanding more fuel. You aren't weak-willed. You're being remote-controlled by a microbiome that is hungry for the very things that are destroying your cognitive function. How gut sabotages brain science. To fix the problem, we must understand the terrifying mechanism of this biological betrayal. The most dangerous element of a compromised gut is a condition known as increased intestinal permeability, or more commonly, leaky gut syndrome. Imagine your gut lining as a high-security border fence. It is a delicate barrier, only 1 cell thick, designed to let microscopic nutrients in while keeping massive molecules, undigested food, and pathogens out. However, our modern lifestyle, high in glyphosate, emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, and chronic stress, acts like acid on that fence. When the tight junctions of your gut lining break apart, a substance called lipopolysaccharide, LPS, the toxic cell wall of dead bacteria, leaks into your bloodstream. This is a code red for your immune system, but it gets worse. This inflammation eventually reaches the blood-brain barrier, BBB. For decades, the medical community believed the BBB was an impenetrable fortress. We now know that gut-driven inflammation can unzip the gates of the brain. This leads to what researchers call leaky brain. Once these toxins enter the brain, they activate the microglia, the brain's resident immune cells. When microglia are healthy, they keep things clean. But when they are triggered by gut toxins, they go into a killing mode, releasing oxidative stress and inflammatory chemicals that damage healthy neurons. Furthermore, we must talk about short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, like butyrate. Beneficial bacteria produce these when they ferment high-quality fiber. SCFAs are the primary fuel source for your brain's health and the glue that keeps your gut lining strong. When your microbiome is depleted of strains like bifidobacterium, your SCFA production drops. Your brain literally runs out of the high-octane fuel it needs to maintain focus and emotional stability. You are trying to run a Ferrari on contaminated low-grade fuel. Good reset protocol. The damage is severe, but the human body is remarkably resilient. The sabotage can be reversed, but it requires more than just a clean diet. You need a strategic strike to reset the environment. Step 1. The 7-day elimination. For 1 week, you must remove all added sugars, seed oils, and ultra-processed grains. These are the primary energy sources for the sabotage bacteria. By cutting these out, you are essentially starving the enemy forces. Focus instead on clean proteins, healthy fats, and prebiotic-rich vegetables. Step 2. Targeted re-inoculation. You cannot just plant seeds in a desert. You need the right seeds. To truly repair the gut-brain connection, you need resilient, specific strains. This is where advanced support like Biome becomes essential. It utilizes Bacillus coagulans, a unique spore-forming probiotic. Unlike standard probiotics that die in your stomach acid, B. coagulans is armored, allowing it to reach the lower intestine where it can actually work. When combined with lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, you create a powerhouse team that repairs the gut lining and boosts serotonin production at the source. Step 3. Prebiotic fertilization. Probiotics are living organisms. If you don't feed them, they die. You need high-quality prebiotics like inulin and chicory root. These fibers act as specialized fertilizer for your new, healthy microbiome. Biome goes further by including botanical catalysts. Dandelion root is a legendary digestive tonic that supports bile flow and detoxification, while babchi provides unique phytonutrients that support the cellular integrity of the gut wall, helping to zip those tight junctions back together. This combination ensures that the good bacteria don't just arrive, they thrive and multiply. Step 4. The lifestyle anchor. Your gut heals when your nervous system is in rest and digest mode. This means staying hydrated with filtered water and prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Your microbiome actually has its own internal clock, and it needs consistency to thrive. When you align your lifestyle with your biology, the brain fog begins to lift, the anxiety dissipates, and your natural energy levels return. By following this protocol, you stop the leak, you extinguish the fire of neuroinflammation, and you finally give your brain the clarity it has been craving for years. The fog is not your destiny. It is a symptom of a system out of balance. You do not have to live your life in a haze of fatigue and anxiety. Your brain is capable of incredible focus and joy, but it is currently being held hostage by a microscopic imbalance. It's waiting for you to give it the green light. If you're ready to stop the internal sabotage and start the healing process today, I've put together 2 vital resources for you. First, in the description below, you will find a link to download our anti-mental fog lunch checklist completely for free. This isn't just a list of foods, It's a strategic guide on exactly what to eat midday to avoid the afternoon crash and keep your gut-brain axis in peak performance. Second, for those who are serious about accelerating their recovery, you can learn more about the Prime Biome protocol. It is the exact formula we discussed today, meticulously crafted with Bacillus coagulans, Lactobacillus, and Bifidobacterium, along with the prebiotic power of inulin, chicory root, babchi, and dandelion. It's a powerful biological reset button for those who are tired of feeling tired and want to reclaim their cognitive edge. Don't let your gut dictate your potential for another day. Your mind is your greatest asset. It's time you started treating it like one. Click the links below, get your checklist, and let's start the reset. If you found this deep dive helpful, please subscribe to Vital Reset Health and hit the notification bell. We are dedicated to bringing you the truth about your health that mainstream media ignores. Your journey to a clear mind and a vibrant life starts with a healthy gut. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.